Angie here, and today I get to get off my own ass after about a month of depression and finally bring to you the newest episode of Today I Get To. I want to apologize in being so late in getting this out. The holidays sort of hit me harder than I expected them to, and it's been a kind of a rough go, but I want to thank all of my Twitter followers, my horror fam, all you awesome folks out there who've been giving me nothing but support and love, and I really do appreciate it. It's been a huge help. So today, finally, after a long time, today I get to bring to you my chat with Perrino, the lead singer of the Sheila and dear leader, and he's been a part of many other things. Anything this guy touches musically turns to gold. I've been a fan of his since probably about 1998, and I was really excited to do this interview. You can kind of tell by my energy level going into this that, I'm not quite maintaining myself too well there, but a harbinger of things to come, I suppose. If you've ever wondered, hey, what's that catchy tune that plays at the beginning of your show? Well, that, my friends, is the song Raging Red by Dear Leader, Aaron Perrino's band. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's chat with Aaron, and I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season and a very happy new year, and we can all officially flip 2020 off and so you don't hit your ass on the way out. All right, so let's get on with it. Hey, Aaron.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not too shabby.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me tonight. I wish my drink was as interesting as yours, but it's not.
You don't drink?
What's that?
You don't drink?
I do, just not often. I don't know, I take after my dad. We're just not drinkers.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
yeah,
I just like a beer.
Yeah, if I partake in what I am fond of, I'd be asleep right now. So,
Yeah.
So thank you for essentially writing the soundtrack to 2020.
I'm trying.
And you're doing really well. Really impressed with what you've been coming out with.
Yeah, I mean, there's some filler for sure, but it's, I just had this idea, like, when COVID first hit, I was like, all right, I'm going to play some concerts. So I did that. It got boring. After everyone just being like, play Automatic Buffalo, like, they're like the fourth week in a row. You're like, okay, this is kind of, all right. So then I just was not inspired. And so I just sort of didn't know what to do. And then Will from Dear Leader, he like sent me a thing to record, like a interface. And he's like, you should like start recording. He sent it to me. And like, I just started to like learn how to do production. And then it's like sort of taken off. And so then now I have this goal of like, I got to write 100 songs during COVID.
But it's the range of styles that you have.
Yeah. It's fun.
I mean, if you had ever told me that I would hear something that sounds very Sex Pistols from you, I would never believed it. But it's such a great song.
I mean, obviously, like it's hard to like, because I mean, I'm literally writing and recording and releasing a song that day. So I have like, just a few hours to do it. So it's a little bit easier when you are like, I'm going to do like a Sex Pistol style song. And then you just kind of, have sort of a direction for it.
Yeah, but I'm loving, like, you got a little Dylan going on, you got a little rockabilly.
Trying it all.
Yeah.
It's as self-indulgent as I want, because it's just me.
There's a lot to be said for that. Yeah. So it had to be a bummer that all this crap hit after the release of the last Sheila album.
Yeah, I mean, we all thought it was going to be like a couple weeks, and now it's like, there's going to be no shows for like, probably at least 6 months, but I would say a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No Boston Calling.
Oh, I know, it's just not the same. Like, I miss live music so much, and I miss your Facebook Live shows.
I have been thinking of doing one now because it's been a long time. So
Yeah, I think it would be very well received.
but all the stuff that I've written over this break, like I wouldn't be able to play any of it because
Right.
it's I don't even like I listen to them like oh yeah, this one, and then I'll have to learn it.
But you can at least treat us to a Corona Christmas.
That's true. I could learn that one for sure.
So I was talking to Tanya Donnelly earlier today.
Sure, it's awesome.
She's kind of interested in collaborating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's the nicest. I asked her like a while back if she wanted to collaborate, and she was like, yeah, but she was getting like some vocal surgery or something a while back. And so it didn't really like line up with what we were doing, but yeah, I who wouldn't want to? It's like, like a hero. So I'm a little intimidated, but it would be amazing.
A little intimidated. Are you kidding me? I've been a fan of hers for 27 years, and I had to have a phone call with her today and not lose my shit.
The thing is, she's so nice and so down to earth. So
yeah, but you know how it is, like when you're a young teenager.
My first time I met her was I played a song at my friend's wedding, and she was at it, and I was like, oh no, like so nervous. Anyway.
She has that effect on everybody, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love that everybody kind of fans out.
For sure.
Yeah. So what else have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
Well, I mean, today was like, I cleaned out my entire basement. So that was exciting, but a lot of cooking, maybe some people know, but like I'm really into cooking. And so, and baking and every aspect of culinary things. So I've just been trying to push every aspect of my talents. So, really got into like making pizzas and like perfecting that, and homemade pastas and Mexican food and paellas and everything. So
nice. Yeah, I'm a baker at heart. Haven't been able to do it in a while because our kitchen's being remodeled, but
yeah, that's a bad time to have a remodel.
Yeah, but at least I used to bake and then like just give it all to my coworkers. So it's like, here's 2 pounds of cookies that I'm not gonna eat. So I couldn't do that anyway, so I'm not missing out.
Right.
Yeah. I had a question in my head and it just went right out my head. So I apologize for that.
It's all good.
Will we ever see a Dear Leader reformation, even if very briefly?
Yeah. I mean, Jim quit Sheila Divine, or retired, I shouldn't say, there's no drama. I mean, we're besties. And so then I was like trying to reimagine what the Sheila Divine could be. And I was like, I had this idea of making it Dear Leader and Sheila Divine together and like, doing this thing. And so Paul was playing drums, and, I had Will and Brian, and it was cool, but I feel like it just didn't work in my, like, the way I wanted it to, like, because it basically became Dear Leader. So yeah, the idea is that I'm going to do some Dear Leader stuff and some Sheila Divine stuff. So
excellent.
Still, great friends with both bands. So,
and that's what I love. I love that, especially here in Boston. It's like the bands that you grow up loving. I mean, let's face it, I've been a fan of yours since I was in college.
Yeah.
And we live in such a great area where music's so accessible, and people can create and do what they want to do. And, I often wonder how easy that is in the Midwest, or, a place like Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, definitely harder. I mean, Boston's good and bad. I mean, it's bad in that, it's such a transient population of young people. And like, when you think about like people that were here, like famous people that were in Boston, but like leave as soon as they're like 22 and they don't stay here. Like, you know, like St. Vincent and like all these, like it's, and you just find out like, oh, the singer of the Arcade Fire lived in Cambridge. What? And like, I mean, it's just like, it's crazy who's here, but they're gone. So it's kind of, you know, Kurt Weill was in Boston. Like, I mean, it's, but so we don't really get the credit, I think, because like most people leave and go on.
Yeah.
Whatever, but they're definitely, you know, I moved here right after school to just because I felt like New York was too vague and like Boston felt, and also like because of like people like Tanya and the Pixies and Lemonheads and all those bands, and I was like, oh, that's where I want to be. So I don't know, it's been great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I love living around here. But you're right. It's very transient. When I was working in comedy, you know, so many great comics started here.
Yeah,
and then left. Yeah, they all left.
Well, you kind of have to. I mean, that's the you know, it's just, I mean, you have to leave if you want to. I mean, you know, I should have moved to LA or New York if I really wanted to do music, because that's where the industry is. And, you know, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So now I'm a fledgling, you know, whatever, old songwriter.
Hey, we're all a fledgling something, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all are.
Indeed. And now I'm in Vermont.
Nice. I can't think of a better place to escape all this nonsense.
Yeah, it's been great. So my girlfriend and I, we got a place here. You know, we don't own in Boston, and we, like, she had been saving for a long time and just decided, I don't want to buy in Boston, I want to buy somewhere else. So you know, she bought a place here, and then COVID hits, and we're like, this is the greatest decision you've ever made. So we've just kind of been here.
Awesome. Although, you know, I get it, it's going to take on a kind of misery vibe through the winter, I think.
Maybe we got skiing and mountains, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah. You know me and my horror, I just automatically have to.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. It sort of looks like The Witch here, you know.
Oh, nice. Except no Dunkins.
Right.
It was really.
There is a Dunkin' here.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's probably like 7 miles away, but there's a Dunkin'.
It was funny. I had Dunkin' the other day for like the first time in maybe 10 years.
Over, yeah. I'm more of a, I guess I'd be more of a Starbucks person if I were, but yeah, whatever.
Getting off topic. I apologize. Like, I am exhausted tonight, and I didn't expect today.
I mean, I thought your energy would be a little bit more up, but you know.
I know, I'm slacking. I'm completely slacking. Usually I'm like bouncing off the walls.
Tell some jokes. Let's go.
Well, have you picked up any new habits aside from cooking while you've been?
Let's see, you know, nature, that's like new for me.
Yeah.
I've never been like an outdoor type, and so that's been kind of fun, to be honest, like going on hikes and just doing that. And then what else? Yeah, recording. That's like, I never recorded before. Like, I mean, I had a 4-track when I was like 16, but I was always like, I'd touch my computer and, you know, I'd get so frustrated and nothing would happen. So this is like kind of new, like just learning how to do production. So that's been like amazing for me. So
yeah, well, it's been amazing for us too.
I want to hear, you know, I want to try to make like a hip hop song. Let's see what I can, you know, how bad, you know, there's stuff I haven't released that was like, this is like too embarrassing. But
if you ever do a hip hop song, you have to be MCAA Ron.
Maybe.
It's such an old reference, but like, I just watched it this week. Yeah, you'd think I'd be more on top of the comedy than that, but oh well.
Come on. So what's your fascination with horror? Like, you seem to like it's your jam. So
it is my jam. To be honest, when I was a little kid, I wanted to find something that scared me more than my mother.
Right.
And honestly, I don't think I did. I was so young, watching Tales from the Crypt with my dad.
Yeah.
The guy wouldn't pay for air conditioning, but we were the first in our town to have HBO.
Right.
So yeah, I was just
You have
like, all right,
Shudder?
what's that?
You have the Shutter network?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, Joe Bob Briggs. Oh, but yeah, it's just been like my escape,
Yeah.
And I laugh when people. I don't laugh at people who get really, really scared by it, but it just seems silly to me. It's like, a guy's really not going to come kill you in your dream.
Right.
Not really
Yeah,
likely.
it's funny, like, because those movies just are not scary. And now, like, my son is sort of, I'll be like, you want to watch Chucky? And, he'd be like, this is Chucky? He's like, this is stupid. And I'm like, yep. So good. We watched The Leprechaun the other day. It was really good. I like the really bad horror movies, like
Oh, you can't go wrong with the really bad
like
ones.
the Zombievers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I spent way too much time. I went through every horror movie in the 80s by year as listed on Wikipedia.
Yeah,
And I swear to God, I watched every one.
I like
There
I
were-
like that 80s stuff. Yeah,
yeah, like there are some interesting things to be found. There was one, Psychos in Love, and it was I'm watching. I'm like, I couldn't believe I was actually watching it. It's so god awful, but it's so god awful. It's great in a way.
Yeah, that Tubi has like some amazing horror stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely a go-to for me. Definitely. But yeah, I love my horror.
Yeah.
Horror and music,
It's a good combo.
It is. I figure, horror is a good way to keep out of trouble because you can kind of channel that into what you're watching. So, but anyway, I don't want to take up too much more of your evening, but I want to thank you for chatting with me. Again, keep putting the stuff out because honestly, when I see that email in my inbox, I get all happy and
Releasing one tomorrow. So.
Before we go, you can join a fan club on Bandcamp, right?
Yeah. Either way, I felt like I felt bad because there was like some people were just buying like every single song, and I'm like I just because it's not like I'm really like trying to sell it really, because I don't know. I mean, these are demos. But people were doing it, so I was just like, I'll just make a thing where you could pay $5 and get everything. So.
Awesome. Yeah. The one thing that stinks is like I keep forgetting you can't do a lot of that on the Bandcamp app. You have to actually be on the web to do it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I wish there was like some more, because everyone's like, are you gonna put this on Spotify? And I'm like, probably not, because I mean, honestly, like these are like my goal is like I'm gonna write 100 songs, but then 10 of these are going to be a Sheila Divine record. They will, and they won't be like, they'll be worked on and refined and made different. But so it's definitely just like kind of like a sketchbook of things. So, and then we'll see what happens.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah. And I'm really like I'm loving this like new dub ska like reggae like area that I've like stumbled upon. Like it's really like been, for me, I'm like, I love it. Like, I mean, I love the Specials and like all that kind of like Trojan era like ska stuff. So just playing those bass lines is like the most, like I could do that for like hours. And sometimes I feel like, is this like, I don't want to like appropriate the genre or whatever, like, because it's just whatever. But I feel like if I can do it the way like the Clash does it, or like Damon Albarn, then like it's cool. So I don't know. That's been really fun for me.
Yeah, I mean, my love of ska. So
yeah, no, I do. That's why I mentioned it, because it's like, yeah, I love it too. I mean, I would say like one thing people don't know is like what do you listen to? And like, I really don't listen to like alternative rock or anything. Like I listen to music that fits the food I'm cooking, and it's always 1950s, 60s, 70s. Like I listen to more world music than anything, and it'll be like French songs, like, you know, whatever, like Indian sitar, like I just like whatever I'm making. Like, you know, my son's like, Dad, make chicken tikka masala, and then I put on some like Ravi Shankar and
Nice.
get the full experience. So it's fun.
You should try it out. Yeah, I mean, like it's so uplifting as a genre, ska. I mean,
I agree. Like, and I feel like it works like coffee in the morning. It works summer barbecue. Like your parents are there, like whatever. Like it, like you put it on, and it's like, you know, it's like cool, good, and like pleasing to everybody.
absolutely. I mean, all of my wedding guests were like, okay, what is ska? And then, you know, the night of the wedding happens and Bim Skeleton plays, and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
They were like, how have I never heard of this before? And that was the greatest part, just watching everybody, like, their kids are now Bim Skeleton fans. And that's what I love it.
They played your wedding?
They played my wedding.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really fun.
That's pretty epic.
Definitely try it out. I'd love to hear some of that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I've been doing the world music, but world ska. So I've been like checking out Russian ska, Chinese ska.
Okay.
I'm big into the Italian ska. The Italian ska has accordion in it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You should expand even more. Like there's this label called Soundways, and they put out all this like weird world music. Like it'll be like, you know, Peruvian psychedelic or something, and it's like whacked out stuff that you've never heard, but it's like all cool. It's cool. Like you're just like, what is this like Tibetan, you know, drugged out music or whatever? Pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. Definitely.
On Spotify, if you type in Soundways, it's like there's lots of albums, but pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, I love hearing new stuff.
Oh, my daughter was calling.
Well, on that note, Aaron, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You as well.
Thank you. And you take care.
You too. Chat soon.
All right. Take care. Bye.